Hello friends, welcome to BISP Solutions, and this is our another video, another webinar. So in yesterday's webinar we have learned how to migrate the data, and then today we are going to see how technically we will work on this. That means today I am going to show you the technical aspect, the technical part, right? So now just give me a second. Just a second. Okay, so today we are going to see technically how it is done, right? So I will first of all we will have a quick recap. So okay, now today let's have a quick recap for those who could not attend yesterday's webinar. So for those who are new, so those who have attended today's only, so let's have a quick recap. What happened? First of all, in our yesterday's session, let's have a quick recap. Yesterday we learned about that how data is transferred from one ERP to another ERP, right? So this is how our source background QB, and this is how our target system, right? Then extracting the data. So how we will extract? We will just pull the data in the format of Excel, and then we will just have a headers from the target system. QB is our source, so we will pull the data along with their headers. Pull the data along with their headers only, because it will be a blank sheet. Only headers, we need only headers, right? And then with the help of mapping sheet, we have created a mapping sheet. Yesterday I have shown you this mapping sheet, right? I'm again going to show you this. This is the header. Okay. Now yes, now as we have discussed yesterday that how the mapping sheet is prepared. Let me open it again here. Just go to the QuickBooks immediately, and then here is vendor and then mapping detail. Now see here, this is the source QB and source ERP system, and this is the target ERP system. We have taken all the headers, from the target, right? And then we have mapped them. Now here we have discussed on that how these headers from source file and headers from the target file, they will be mapped. That means exactly we have to replace the source headers with the new headers, that is the target header. So I am giving you a preview that what exactly we are going to do. So this is the target source ADDR1, ADDR2, and this is the target. And after that, the main thing is that we have taken up the data into a staging area, and from that staging area we pulled that data into a separate area, and then we will be going to work on that sheet, and then we will replace all the headers, correct? And then final sheet is prepared, and then after that, so now this was all about the recap that we have seen. Now see here, now doing it, this is the mapping sheet, and then this is the Python data science technique, and then this is the pandas. Now I am going to show you the exact technical part that we are going to discuss. Let's open a paint shop. Now see here, suppose here is our data from source that we have pulled from the staging area, right? Right now we have taken the data from staging area into a separate sheet. right? Apply Python NetSuite concepts. Python and data science, right? Apply Python and data science. Right. After that, cleans and massage the data. Here is data is massaged and cleaned. Right. Then next is put the data into a separate staging area. That is the outer separate staging area. Put the data in final staging area. Right. That is the Excel sheet, right? That's an Excel sheet. After that, your data is ready, and then what you are going to do, you will just upload this first of all. Then after that, validate the data. So yes, then validate the data. Upload the data. Upload first few records and validate, and then if it is checked, then if data is correct, then upload the high amount of data into the target, right? So this is all about the complete technical procedure. I am explaining you that how it works. Just give me a second. Okay. So what we are going to do, first we are going to take the complete data into the staging area. Now see here. So I am going to show you, first I am going to show you the vendor detail and then the COA. Or let's see the first COA. But vendor would be more easier for you, so that is why I am going to show you the vendor data first, right? And then we will see the COA, how we are going to implement. So this is the vendor data, and this is how it comes from the QuickBooks. Let me show you. Suppose I asked the client that please give us the data of vendors, right? So they provided me this sheet. Now this sheet is not a meaningful and useful for me at this point. So what I am going to do, I am going to first apply Python and data science concepts. So what concepts are the apply? See, Python and data science is used to cleanse and massage the data. Data science commands are supported by Python. So what they will do, first of all, Python commands will upload the Excel sheet, and then it will start checking that from where the headers are started. Then I will show you the code also. Now from where the header starts, now from here the header has started, and below this data is important for us. Now see here, this exclamatory VEND, this column is not useful for us. So we will start from here. Ref name, all these data are important to us. Now the question is that in QB ADDR1 is used, but in our Fusion part, in Fusion ADDR1 is not used. The variable or the field ID is address 1, as we have already seen. the field ID is address 1. Now in that case, what happened here, we have to first replace. So the hurdles are, see here, what hurdles that we are going to face. Hurdle 1, that is, first remove the unnecessary rows from the sheet. So first hurdle is that remove all these unnecessary rows, right? After that, what we have to do next? Hurdle 2, identify only required rows, required headers, because the headers list will also be given by the client, and the same headers we have to replace in the mapping, right? Then hurdle 3, is there any special characters in the sheet? This is the hurdle 3, that is there any special characters in the sheet? Then remove those. Correct? Now, so these are the 3 basic initial level hurdles that we are going to face. So what we have done here, first removing the unnecessary columns, and since it's a first time process, right? It's a first time, because every time whatever the sheet is downloaded by the QB, that will look like this only. So the developer has the idea that exactly from where he has to start. So initial these information is not meaningful for us. So what we will do here, first remove 1 to 35 column first, right? After that, see the header names. If the header name is, suppose here exclamatory sign VEND, this is not given in our scope, in our sheet. So we will ignore that, and then all this cust field and this hidden del count. So these 3 columns of the end, they are also not useful for us. So this is all done with the help of data science. Now I am going to show you final output, how it is done, and then also we will check one more thing. Actual documents, here, come here. Just a second. Now here is the QuickBooks vendor. Just I want to close this. Okay. Here. Now here is the vendor. See. Now I will go to customize tab, and then I will click here QB vendor, right? So I will hit this button. Now see, now in the back end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 to 4 seconds it will take. In the back end, a process is going on. See here, microfile vendor is here, and now see, final output is ready. Now how this final output is achieved, that is our main topic of today's discussion. So if I show the mapping sheet also first, here, because if I show you both, then it will be easy for you to understand. Now see here, if I show you here, supplier name, see here, supplier name, but in QB downloaded sheet it was name. Then I have also shown you ADDR 1 to 4. So here you can see address line 1, 2, 3, 4. All the headers are changed. Now see here, then fax. And one more thing I would like to show you. Just a second. One more thing I would like to show you, that new output file. If you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? All the 10 records. And here also, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. all the 10 records are successfully, records are same, the data is the same, but with the help of scripting, what we have done, we have replaced the headers, right? So this is how, this is the final. Now at the time of uploading, what we are going to do, we will just take the first 2 records, that's it. That is the standard procedure. Don't upload right now. For this webinar purpose, I have shown you 10 records, but in future, if you see in a live project, there are you might be getting 25 sheets and 25,000 records per sheet. That is the real scenario. I have seen it in real projects. There is a huge amount of data, so you have to take first initial 2 records and then upload them. And if they are uploaded successfully, then how will you match? So you have to apply a VLOOKUP in that. And if they are matched successfully inside that, then you can upload the huge amount of data. Now here I am going to show you the scripting part, right? Now what happened here exactly? See, if I go to QuickBooks vendor, and here is the vendor, this is a PI file. It's a PI file, right? It's a PI file. Now here is the PI file, and if you are a programmer, then you would definitely understand this code. So this is related to scripting part. So here what we have done, first of all, we have imported all the necessary libraries. Now I was talking about data science. See here, import pandas as PD. Pandas is a data science library that works on Excel sheet rows and columns. It is highly used by data scientists. So you must have good command over pandas, because until you know pandas, you can't work on this technically, right? So this is all standard. Then the basic thing that I want to show you here, we will see it later. First we will skip it. Now see here, columns, all the names, and see, first of all the name, ADDR1, ADDR4, they have given you all these things. So we have created an array of what exactly we need to see, we need to search, and then with the help of this for loop, if this thing comes here, in that case we will use replacement technique. Now in pandas, here rename columns, so all the columns will be renamed with this supplier name. ADDR will be replaced by address line 1. Since the beginning, I have been telling you that we have to replace the headers. So what headers that we have to replace? Here is the pandas command that will replace, that will see what it will do. In the backend, what is happening, I will tell you. Let me open one more. For example, let's take an example here. Okay. Okay. Now I will make here ADDR1. Then 3. Okay. This is sufficient to understand. Now, and here is the target file, right? Okay, what I have done here, okay, Now what we are going to do, now what this command will do, it will replace this address one with this. So this is our source file filled with data, right? And this is our target file, only headers. Target file downloaded from Fusion, right? It is downloaded from QB. Okay, now so it will replace one by one all the headers with this and then here, right? So this is how it is done here. So final output file is this new output Excel, and it will not touch the data, right? So second hurdle is identify only required headers. See here, identify only required headers first. It will remove all the data unnecessary columns. See here, in place to index IND, and then it will replace here. Now third is, see, whenever you download data from QB, so definitely, and in Fusion, so there are some additional fields also, because suppose here if you see, just a second. Now there are suppose 15 fields in QB. It is not necessary that there's the same 15 fields are there in Fusion, so there might be 25 fields also. That is what we have done. See here, the mapping, where is that mapping sheet? Yeah, here is mapping sheet. Now this primary pay, income tax reporting site, these fields are not available here, so we have grayed out here, but we will put into the mapping sheet. Why? Because it will add these additional columns. It will ignore, definitely it will ignore if no data is there, it will ignore, but at least it will create, so that our final output sheet will be prepared. It will be prepared and then it will be ready to upload. Now see here feed terms, pay on receipt, FOB, country of origin. It was not there in the QB, but we have added because they are required in Fusion. Not mandatory, they are not mandatory, but we have to add, so that in the final output sheet, see here, in the final output sheet, all this FOB, country of origin, buyer managed transportation, all these things will be available. Now it is up to you that if you want to add all these information, because many times in the QB, suppose the client says that, yeah, these information we need to enter, for example, B2B supplier site code, or we can say communication method. They want to enter, but they could not enter in that at that time, or in the past history they could not enter. So if they want to enter, it is up to them, and after final sheet is prepared, then they are going to upload. So this was the sheet. So these all, see here, now new DF re-index columns. Now initially what we have done, we have replaced, first remove unnecessary rows, that is fine, identify only the required headers and replace them, and then special characters also. But right now here there were no special characters, so we have not written that code. We can write here the same code here also, because new DF, it's a new DF. So in the same new DF data form, we will add that code also. And after that, final excel.workbooks open path new output.xlsx. So it will create the final sheet, new output. New output is the name that we are having here. See, new output, right? It's the name of the sheet, new output. Now this Excel sheet is created, and now this sheet will be placed into the final staging area. See here, data is massaged and clean, that we have done. Put the data in final staging area. Now this data will be uploaded and we will validate the record, and if data is correct. Now what's the process going on behind all these things? Let me show you. Now when you hit the button, just a minute. Hit the button. So what action will be done? Python code will be activated. Python code activated. It will activate the Python code, correct? Then Python code will run in the back end. Python code will run in the back end. Correct? Then after executing the Python code, what it will do? It will generate a new Excel file. Everything is done automatically in the background with the help of Python and data science. So pandas generate a new output file in the back end in given folder. Okay, then final sheet will be ready. Final sheet is ready to upload. Okay, so this is the complete process going on. Now see here, one more thing I would like to show you here. Suppose now here everything is done. Now the question is, this customize tab, you have to add these buttons here, right? You have to add these buttons, and these buttons will be connected with the code. So whenever this py file is executed, see, this py file is executed into the command prompt. Directly we can't execute this. So manage.py file. So there is a complete command in here. So that command will be executed when we hit this button. Okay. And then here. So how this button is coming? So with the help of developer, you have to go to the developer part, and then in the developer part, you have to customize this ribbon, and then you have to add the buttons. And that buttons, see here, customize tab. You have to go to customize tab, QB Excel, and then here you can see QB vendor, right? So this, in this way, you have to manage every process, and then you have to hit the button. So it's a tricky process, and it's completely based on your expertise in Python and data science. So this is a task of developer, not the functional. So developer will do all this task for you. So now let's see. First of all, I will upload the COA first. I will show you how COA is created, and then we will see how vendors are done. So let's close everything. First of all, I will close this. Okay, this is the vendor sheet. Okay, then we will close this vendor sheet also. Okay, and then the mapping sheet of, no, this is another book one macro vendor file. Okay, we just close this, and then mapping source file. Yes. Now see here. Now first of all, I am going to show you the working of what COA, right? So let's come here, QuickBooks vendors, and then let's come here, QuickBooks. Okay, now COA mapping Python script. Now again the same process. Here is the mapping file of COA here. Just a second, COA mapping file. Okay, here. Okay, now see here, the Fusion consultant, what they have done, they have taken the COA. Here is the particulars, QB account, Fusion account. Now QB account. Now these are the numbers of the QB accounts, right? And these are the numbers. So they want to change the account code also, and they have also explained this, that what value is parent and what value. So they want something that they can understand now, and we have to provide the developer that what he can understand. Now here there are two tasks. You have to provide the developer the sheet in such a way that he can understand and write the code. Now what the developer writes, let me show you that. It's very interesting. Just a second. Here is the mapping.py. Now here the vendor, the developer, we have taken pandas as PD. Then this is the standard code, and then what we have done here, this parent. So we have already arranged the array in such a way that we have to show the exactly what they want. So let me show you the final output first. Now macro file Fusion QB, right? Here I am going to show you. Just a second. Let me open this. Okay. Now see here, this is the new output file. This is the final output file that the Fusion consultant wants. What Fusion consultant is requiring is the same file. See here, all the names like total current assets, right? Let me show you. Total current assets is 11111, right? So total current assets is this. See here, total current assets. Particular Fusion account code is this. And this is the parent 3. Here is parent. See here, parent 3 11111 and total. Then if I show you the total cash, see here, total cash is the description of the account, and then parent 2. So 10,000 total account is here, total cash. Now total cash is the account code, Fusion account code, because we have to update the file in the Fusion account code. So first of all, they will take the details from QB COA, and then they will convert it according to the Fusion, and we have to provide the developer exactly what the developer understands, and then after that the developer will convert it into in this way. Now this file will be uploaded into the Fusion, and this is how they will check. So it's a one-time process. So so they will check it and they will upload it, and once it is uploaded in Fusion, then they are now it is good to go with standard records, master records, and finally we will upload the transaction records. But there is a step that first you have to upload the COA, and then after that first GL implementation, and then this all master records. So now let's see how master record you are going to upload. So let's see here, master records. Now master, we are taking a vendor list first. I am going to show you vendor list. Now see here, here is the vendor. Now again the same thing, these unnecessary rows we have to delete. So this is the same thing. First remove the unnecessary rows from the sheet, identify only required headers and replace them. So I am going to hit this button, customize tab. Okay, QB vendor. Just wait for 2-3 seconds, and within that time our sheet is ready. Here, this is also a one-time task, because once you have uploaded all the vendors, for example 1000 vendors, so at that time only you have to wait for a few minutes, and once they are uploaded, this is not a recurring or iterative task that every time daily you have to do this task. So this is a one-time task. So now all these address line 1, 2, 3, 4, fax, email, and all the additional headers, they are also added inside this. See, now this sheet is ready. Now you can save this sheet, save as with another name, and then you can do whatever you want. So this is called the time saving task. With the help of Python and data science concept, we have saved the time. Correct? Now here, see, I am going to show you the vendor code also here. Here is vendor.py. As I have already explained you this, replacing this data and then here. Now code changes as per the requirement, because here in the mapping of COA there are different things, because we have to arrange the rows as per the requirement. Here you have to just add. So see here, column to list. Here is reindex columns equal to df.column data frame. Df means data frame, and then batch ID, import, action. These all fields were not available in the QB. So that's what we have added this. And then the new output XLSX is here. So again, let me show you quickly how we have done this. First of all, if you know the flow, then it would be easy for you to migrate the data, because you have to deal with technical part also and then the functional part also. So that is why you should be able to know that what format should be given to the developer and what format the functional consultant wants to be uploaded. So these two things are different things, right? So first of all, take the data from staging area, take the data from staging area into it. First of all, let's download the sheet, download it from QB source. That is the QB. Okay. Then apply Python and data science. But before this, what you need to do? Prepare a mapping sheet which would be understandable to the developer. Okay, correct. Now what happens here? Okay, yeah. Then data is massaged and cleaned with the help of Python code and the data science code, right? Then put the data in final staging area. Final staging area means the place from where the functional consultant will check and validate that exactly the data is uploaded or it is converted as per their requirement. Then upload first few records, not directly all. Just give me a second. Okay, now after that, upload first few records and validate it, and if data is correct, then upload the high amount of data. Next thing is that when we do this, Python code will run. So how it will be done? Hit the button. So you have to add the hit button also. So, and how it is done, that I have already shown you with the help of developer button. You have to add the button, and then that button will be igniting that code, right? With the help of macro. Here is the macro. If I show you this code is a standard code. You have to provide the data here. You have to provide the path of Python exe, and then immediately that as soon as you provide the path, it will be activated. After that, just a second. Here. Now after that, final sheet is ready to upload. Pandas generate a new output file, and what Pandas will do, it will just replace, because we don't need to touch the data, because we are not what we say, we are not massaging the data, right? Because we know that there are no special characters. So right now we are just replacing the headers, and in this way our final sheet will be ready to upload. And I have already shown you the pandas macro file. Here is new output. This is the COA file, chart of accounts, and this is the new output file of vendors. So, and after that you can upload customers. The technique is same. You have to take the sheet from the client. You have to take the sheet from the client. After that you have to upload, you have to create a mapping sheet also. Mapping sheet means you have to communicate with the Fusion developer, Fusion consultant, that what sheet that you want to be mapped. So you have to take the headers of that Fusion sheet, Fusion application, and then you have to upload, you have to map, and you have to create the mapping file in such a way that developer can work, because the developer is a developer. He or she does not know about that what things to be mapped to which. So we have created the sheet in such a way that the developer will also understand, and the developer should be able to write the code, right? So after writing the code, the final touch will be like this. Hit the button, you have to provide, and this the hit button will be prepared by the developer only. It's his task. So after hitting that button, you can easily upload. So guys, this is most important, because technical in every project technical developer is required. Now it depends on what type of requirement is that. If there is a requirement of special characters also, in that case also you need a developer, pandas developer. So this is how it is done. Again, see here, let's take an example that you migrate vendors. Either you can programming language with that. This thing can be done here. We have done it with the help of Python, but you can do it with the help of macro also. If you are good in writing the macro, then you can easily do it. Okay guys, so this was today's webinar was all about the technical part, and tomorrow also I will show you how this in scope, and how we massage the data also, and how we validate the data. And I will also show you what things are to be written in the documents, how to prepare the documentation also, right? And if you have any doubts, then write down in the comment box. I will resolve your queries. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for attending the webinar. Thank you.